Gang stalking is a very real thing that's carried out by the powers that be. It's a group of forces: the police force, the secret government agents behind that, and normal citizens, which they all use to paint citizens that are troublesome, in their opinion, to the brink of madness or look crazy or to just assassinate them altogether. This particular case is about the comedian Martin Lawrence, that was more than just a comedian, that thought outside the box and had his own ideas of what he wanted to do.
But I had to find out what the image meant, because I realized doing my show on Martin every Thursday, I have a lot of people saying you got kid fans, and you got to kind of watch what you say and you do for kid fans. And I was thinking, well, Fox put me at 8:30 on Thursday, so you don't have no choice but the kids to see who you are. So I guess the kids saw these ears and said, we like them. And but I realized what comes with having all this success, responsibility, because we're living in a time right now, man, that if we can get heavy. Because I came to talk, y'all. Is that all right? I feel like a rap the Arsene, y'all. Welcome home. Man, I feel we're living in a time right now. Like, I have nice cars now, and I have a big house, and it's nice, bro. But I can't really drive that car all around the neighborhood, because brothers go, yeah, okay, it's nice, but drive it over here, all right? So it kind of made me wake up. I went home, and I talked to the strongest women in my life, which is my mother and my sisters, man. And, they'll tell you the truth. And my mother said, kids like you for a reason. She said, what about the little boy who wanted to meet you? I said, what little boy? The little boy that just passed away. There was this little kid who had cancer. And I went to Atlanta to perform, and he wanted to meet me. And this little kid was like 8 years old. And, I said, okay, well, bring him up to the room. Let me meet him. So he's in the wheelchair, and the little kid just, I said, hey, what's up, man? I'm Martin, da-da-da. Here's your hat. Here's a hat for you and everything. And he goes, why'd you do that today they say you do? Now this little kid he couldn't really talk and say all these, but he knew about Shanae and he knew about me. So like a week later, 2 weeks, he died, man. And I was like, whoa, before this little kid passed away, he wanted to meet me. God gave him a blessing of meeting me.
Martin Lawrence has already marked himself by simply going off script. You don't understand these people. This isn't what they want.
And this world ain't supposed to be like this. This is all wrong. We fight, and we're fighting for the wrong things. Everybody measures success in having a car, having a big house. But success is measured in your happiness. Because if you ain't happy, it don't mean a damn thing. And you are happy, bruh. And so when I went home and talked to Mom and found out what I needed to be happy, for me to be happy was to know me. My mother broke some science to me. She said, if anybody call you a clown, they call you buffoonish. You are a comedian, you walk with the faith. If we all get back to why we're really here, man ain't God. God is God. And Mom said, you are named after Martin Luther King. You are named after John F. Kennedy. Your name is Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence. You were born in 65. I named you after a black man and a white man to show you there's two good people in this world that try to make a difference, bring people together. So I got to thinking, I said, that is true. So I said, what did Martin Luther King say before he died?
The fact that the man died right after saying this should be an indicator that the thought process goes against the overall agenda.
And this is when I got my image, I started thinking about this. Martin Luther King said, when I die, don't tell them about the Nobel Peace Prize that I won. That ain't important. Don't tell them about all the other accolades that I want. That ain't important. What I want you to tell them is Martin Luther King tried to help somebody. And if I've done that, my living isn't in vain. You know what I'm saying?
Now that so much time has gone by since Martin Lawrence was thrilled and excited for this future, excited to go do some things and break ground. Now we see why he was targeted, why he was shut down, and why he was stalked, because he had different ideas than them. He had ideas of lifting us, whilst their ideas was bringing us lower and lower and getting money off of this prison systems and getting money off of our deaths. And of course, the kidney donor program.
So, 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 so to all the people that would call me a clown, buffoonish, say I'm silly, who is this kid? I walk with the faith, because mama told me so. I'm Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence. You know, like me or love me. Everything is good though, dawg. Yeah.
He was here, man.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it.
Turned it out.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It is, man. And I came on here because Arsenio ain't do my show. And I was mad at him, so I got Tommy Davis, and I was like, man, play a talk show host. I'm a dog, Arsenio. Then I started thinking, wait a minute, brother, you on TV, man, you make millions of people laugh. We can't afford to be dogging each other and not tuning in to you and supporting each other, because back in the old Hollywood, I saw black people in movie theaters damn near every week. Now I gotta wait for Denzel to do a movie, Wesley Snipes. It's like that's the only ones out here. We gotta put our heads together to do projects to give the consumer, people, what they want, and stop letting the government tell us what to give them. Give them laughs, give them entertainment, because that's what your dollar pays for.
Yeah.
Stop juking them down.
Now these people are sitting back thinking he's going to undo all that we've done. Everything we done to break up the black community, to break up the black family, and here this guy comes on talking about bringing their money away from our business and funding the black neighborhoods. You don't understand what this is all about.
I think one thing that's very important is, like, you take that instance for the thing you just talked about. Mm-hmm. Martin had this script and he wanted me to do it, and I was like, yo, tell Martin, let's get together so I can work out some stuff with him on this, so it's as good for me as it is for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they came back and tell you, but
yeah, people in the middle. Oh,
He said,
go to hell and get out of here.
never call again.
So, I'm like, what do you say? Come on, you call Tommy Davis, man. And that's crazy, man. We must talk. We got to talk.
It seems simple, but do you understand how many murders took place just because of communication breakdowns? If you could have talked, could have been saved. Do you get that? Do you understand that some of these actors, some of these directors, some of these great producers don't even speak to each other? Eddie and Denzel may not even have had a conversation. You get that?
My thing is, for me going home, I came on here to say, this wasn't even to promote nothing. I got stuff coming out. We'll talk about that next time. This was just to come on and say, let me get out the house and rap to my brother. When I was at the Image Award and they gave me the awards, I was hearing all this stuff about Tupac and Snoop Dogg and kids, and I'm going, wait a minute. If you want to hear young people, you got to listen to young people. I see preachers riding over like the tapes of steamrolling tapes, and I'm going, wait a minute, this is a preacher, man. If a young kid he may not always do it right through his art, but if he's trying to tell you something because that's all he knows, by you running over his stuff is creating anger, people being mad and being angry, racism in one sense. You can't put somebody down, you know what I'm saying, and then tell them, well, you don't do this, and you hollering at them, and then people get like, I mean, are you going to hit me? Are you going to beat me? But if you tell them with a smile and you sit down and you talk with them and say, listen, man, this ain't cool for us getting together and growing. Mm-hmm. Now, as a kid, I want to hear you. I'm like, what you got to say? Oh, you ride. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's interesting because when you walked out, something dawned on me. Everybody stood up and gave you props. And it dawned on me, the stuff that you're thinking about, the stuff that's bugging you, they don't even read that book.
They don't.
They don't even care. They stood up and gave you props like, what they say about mine. We watch every week. We don't give a damn.
It's funny because the media don't, the media, they are the power in the sense of what they can get to the people and what they don't. And in Hollywood, we got to wake up every morning, hear our name blasted on the radio, hear this. And I'm the kind of guy, I don't say nothing about nothing. You don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. But when I see people out there that's disrespecting, women cutting up, our brothers and sisters, I mean, anybody, whether you black, white, we ain't supposed to be living this way. We supposed to be smiling and knowing that, hey, success is in our happiness. And if we all get back to the faith.
What is Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence trying to tell you? Why does he keep emphasizing to keep the faith?
You'll be better off because all of this, we renting all this while we here anyway, bruh. When you die, to be another host right here. Boy, I say
Though we know faith without works is dead, faith is very important. Because if you don't have faith in nothing else, at least have faith in God. But now you feeling this way, you feeling that spirit, and you think you ready to go. Not even knowing half the people around you are in this shit's net. There's always a Judas around. What was Dave Chappelle trying to tell you? When he said there's a possibility they are all in this together, everybody from his show turned on him. At least 70% of the people. And his great friend turned on him, who without a shadow of a doubt was a shadow of the secret government.
So don't, I'm gonna read this Newsweek clip. Don't get fooled, man. I just don't want people to get fooled, man, because, it's nice for them. They show the lifestyles of the rich and famous, and they tell you, this is what you can have someday, but yet you got kids that work hard and go through college, and they can't get out and can't even get a job. You know what I'm saying? You can't trick them, man. You can't be tricking people, bro.
And so it begins. The destruction of this good man's name. Through gang stalking, with people already strategically placed around him in case something like this happens. They are just learning right now this ain't the safe, good Negro they thought that he was.
A reliable source. Very reliable. Somebody that used to be on the show, the Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
That you and Martin did not get along. He was always undermining you and whatnot, and he picked on you real hard. Is that true or false?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What was y'all issue?
I don't know. I could tell you what. I never had an issue. You know what I'm saying? I developed an issue. Like, if you got an issue with me, I'm gonna be like, what's up? You good? I ain't got no problem with you. So if you got a problem with me at some point, then
Did you fuck one of Martin girls or some shit, man?
nigga, please. Nah. Again, if anybody did something like that, not saying that this is what happened, but just to comment on your statement, he would have had to been getting one of mine because I was there first. Like, I've been around way before him, way longer. So if anything, he would have got my leftovers. But nah, that's not.
Wow.
I'm just keeping it 100.
Right.
Nah, but that's not what happened. I'm just bullshitting.
No, you're not.
I'm just bullshitting. Nah,
He's just serious.
Yeah, nah, he everybody, it's no secret, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of tense days on the set. We had a lot of intense days on the set. Yeah.
What was that all about? You add into the show. You're a big part of it. Everybody do that now.
Right.
Because of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you would say, what's the problem?
I don't get it.
Right.
Yeah, and then you seem like a real down to earth, cool dude, man. I don't.
I would say the same thing. I was like, what's the problem? What's the problem?
You ain't never check him and say, hey, man.
I ain't say that. I'm just, I ain't say that. You know what I mean? I ain't say that. But look. I mean,
Hey, Cole, you can talk about this. This ain't gonna mess up the reunion special.
no, because that's never gonna happen anyway. Nah, I mean, again, I live by a certain code of ethics. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Harlem.
Look, let me say this. Martin is a genius.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a comedy genius, and I don't really enjoy saying stuff. But if he hadn't gone out on the radio and the TV and said an absolute lie, I wouldn't be talking right now. Okay, but he's a genius who I found out is bipolar, and he needs to take his medicine, doesn't take it. And I'm assuming that this particular time he hadn't taken his medicine because when I was about 3 days in Daniel Freeman Hospital, undergoing about 10 major operations, about the third day I got a script saying, Stan, that's my character. You saw Martin, right? Stan sells the radio station and moves to China. Now, Sam, does that mean I'm no longer in the fucking show?
Yeah, I don't think they do episodes in China. Stan was in WUP.
Right. And this was not ever talking to me or calling him and say, hey, bro, nothing, right? So I felt, that I at least deserved a phone call. But here's why I didn't feel depressed. Because I'd already been brought back from what I thought was the dead. So I'm feeling really, really, really great, blessed, lucky, all of that, And I was despite all the pain, I was in a euphoric kind of a feeling because I felt like I had been given a little bit more time, right? After having gone through what should have killed anybody else, here I was alive. So this, what would have been a really depressing thing, didn't bother me at all in terms of my esteem. My esteem was still high and it remains high. But yes, my man did do that. And like I say, I respect he's a gifted comedian. But and later on I found out that he was, he needed to be taking his medicine. So I'm gonna give him, the benefit of the doubt that was the period when he hadn't taken it.
Did you feel betrayed though by the fact that they would fire you when you were in such a precarious situation, pretty much fighting for life?
I felt a little bit of that.
All right, so to address the situation real quick, it's like this. It's old news to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we had issues. He had issues with himself, really. I think he was battling his own demons. You know what I'm saying? And I wish him nothing but the best. I mean, hopefully he's better now. You know what I'm saying? In a better place. I don't think he was in a good place at that time. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. It was a great place to work for a long time, and then it became a not so great place to work. I keep it professional as much as I can until you step over that line. You cross the line and you come at me.
Talk about his many relationships. Like, for example, he was once engaged to Lark Voorhees. You all remember her, the pretty black girl from the TV series Saved by the Bell? Well, I hope you all are ready for this. It has been leaked, and I'm going to read verbatim. It has been said that Martin Lawrence beat her up, or at least completely messed up her life through some kind of abuse, be it mental or physical. He begins by stating that Lark was always kind of weird and detached during the filming, aside from the later days where she became sloppy thirds due to her faith as Jehovah's Witness. She later claimed that this was false, but here's the thing. She wasn't the only woman who accused Lawrence of being violent, because upon him marrying Miss Virginia Patricia Southall in 1995, she wrote in her book titled Second Chances about their marriage. We were both very young, volatile with one another. We just could not figure out how to make it work. Oh yes, she also admitted in her book that Martin cheated constantly, and whenever he gets high and drunk, he turns into a demon. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what she said. They had a daughter together in 1996. Rumored was that was the only reason he married her, which doesn't come as a surprise when they divorced a year later in 1997. In 1997, Martin then started dating Shamika Gibbs. Word on the street, they were messing around when he was married to Miss Virginia. Anyway, he had two girls by Gibbs, one in 2000 and the one in 2002. They later finally married in 2010, and it was high class and star-filled. I mean, he was on fire at this point. You would think that after dating someone off and on for so many years and having two kids by them, this would have been it. Perfect. Nope. He divorced her in 2012, citing irreconcilable differences and asking for joint legal and physical custody of the children. Now here's the tea. Martin doesn't like a woman who doesn't have a drive to contribute to the income in some format because he was raised by a single mother. He hates a woman who wants to sit on their ass and have kids and flaunt clothes and, and that he buys.
I didn't dislike Martin, but he was just arrogant, nigga. I'm be honest with you. He just wasn't what it was. He thought he was the shit, and he turned out to be the shit, pretty much. But he wasn't cool. I mean, not with me. Not he didn't hate me and nothing like that. But we wasn't like, yo, because I'm a type of person. If you from DC, I got love for you, bro. I got love. You my DC dude. I'm gonna look out for you just because I feel like we home. But nah, I didn't feel like that from him. I remember he asked me what my intro was. So what you want to say is your intro. And at the time, I think I was 22, and I was headlining some spots around the country. And I said, all right, can you say I'm the youngest headliner, comedy? He's like, nah, I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, motherfucker, you asked me what you want me to say. I told you I want to say that. No, I ain't gonna say that. So, but no, man. I again, I don't hate Martin, but fuck it, nigga. That nigga ain't never done nothing for me, and I don't have no problem with him. But I don't have no, what it is.
I got a question for you inspired by Kid and Play's presence in the house. Since House Party, since the comic I knew who did the fly at the Comedy Store, how have you changed most?
I grew up, man. You know what I'm saying? Those characters in House Party, man, and Kid and Play are my boys. I love them, and so please go see House Party 3. In those movies, I always wanted to do characters that were real to people. So I didn't care what you thought about me, because I always knew who I was. If you thought I had bad breath, fine. If you thought, you the big-head dragon, fine. Because I knew how to separate me being an actor and what was in my real life. I know I go home and brush my teeth. So, coming from House Party, it was just, the third one, why I wasn't in it, just because, I was growing up. And because of my schedule on Martin and everything, and I got some other stuff coming for people that the studios are looking at, and they're going, you sure you want to get this to people? And I'm going, hey, trust me, the people will like it. So I'm battling them right now. And so I had to grow up, that's all.
How has money changed you?
Money changed me. Oh, man. It showed me that when I get it, I just want to do more and more good with it, man. Because I know I ain't taking it with me. So it's like, I just want to help people because I know, if I can't help everybody. You know that. Mm-hmm. And you could get 10 people in the line. Hey, bro, I need 5. And then if you do that, you find out, you'll be broke. But because I have such a large, because I don't want to be broke because I have a large family and I want to be able to make sure, they taken care of. Government makes sure you check out with nothing. I'm like...
Oh, let's go back to Tisha Campbell. After they were married for a long time, 22 years, she says that she was left to nothing.
Oh my God.
Okay. Dwayne had been abusive for years. Got a restraining order. He abused her. All of this stuff. And, now she's doing great, because he was hiding money from her and all of this stuff, and, he was involved in a bankruptcy scam. I mean, here are all the things, right? And it was her sons who were 19 and 11 that made it easier to start over because she didn't have anything. Now, prior to that, they had a $15 million debt. They both filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, okay? They only had $200 and $173 account to their name. But see, here's the situation. Now you want to blame him for why you only had $7 to the name. And these other, black women blogs, they're going to do it. Here's the issue with that. Be accountable. The reason why you don't have money has nothing to do with him. You don't have money because you don't know how to handle money. All right? You know, no, see, here's the problem. Like, every time a woman is going through something, you have to implicate the man as he's the reason why. 22 years, and you mean he managed all your money? 22 years, and no. You were trying to live like a superstar. You were trying to be rich. You wanted to be famous and Hollywood famous. And then your broke ass figured out that, I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it like. Now you mad because you're broke.
You stupid.
Now you want to blame this brother for why you don't have anything. Now, granted, he might have been everything you said, but he ain't the reason why you broke. You the reason why you broke. You the reason why you had $7. You the reason why you selling up. Not him.
I used to come see Martin perform at comedy clubs in South Central and all over the place in LA. And then we just so happened to get the same gig. We got House Party 1 and House Party 2. Then I called her and said, I'm doing a show, Martin. Can you come and be my woman? And she said, I don't know. I got a dramatic piece. Then I was crying, trying to audition other women. Then she called and said, wait a minute. God said I should do your show.
Now pay attention to this witch. Because of her God ain't the most high. Please believe me. Somebody put her in place to be in that position in case things got out of control. This is how it works. Now this woman says he sexually harassed, sexually abused her, had to leave the show, didn't want to be in the same room with this man. But then, as things start heating up and he says he didn't do nothing, she says she called him. Now I had this in here, but of course these devils, one of these devils flagged me and they made me take it down. I heard her out of her own mouth saying she called him for lunch. But my question is, now ask yourself, why would you want to meet up with a guy who sexually harassed you, sexually abused you to the point you had to leave?
So I want to make sure I'm always, balanced and doing the right thing. But most importantly, I want to build, I said it last time, bro, where we make, our own movies. What I mean by that is have the money to make our own movies, when you got to go to other people and executives that don't know your vision, of what you're trying to get to the people, it's hard to explain because, you got executives that just worked at JCPenney and now they run in studios and they go, well, I don't understand. Why does the guy have to cry? And you're going, because he's emotional. Well, why does he have to cry? And you're going, man, you ain't never gonna get it. So I wanna build something, man. I wanna get back to, remember when Cosby and all them, man, had the movies? Let's do it again. Piece of the action. I mean, you saw a variety of black stars, man, on screen. You know what I'm saying? Just, you saw people working. It wasn't just one. You saw people working. House Party 3. Wow. He said it. Go see House Party 3. Nothing but black folks on screen. and no, what I meant like that, because that's fun. But you have movies out here where I don't see, I might see a white film and I don't see a black star, and I go, wait a minute, you doing the 10 Commandments? How can you not have a black actor in the 10 Commandments?
How do you tell the story of the 10 Commandments without showing blacks?
It was hot in Egypt,
Actor Martin Lawrence collapsed and fell into a coma on Sunday with a body temperature of 107 degrees.
All that pain. Success had made him fearful for his own safety, and he started carrying a weapon for protection. In May, he was picked up by police after he was seen standing in the middle of traffic, screaming at motorists. They found a gun in his pocket.
I was high that day, and I don't know how I got in the street, but running across the street and herb don't mix, because you don't know if the cars are going slow or fast. So they had the right to come get me.
But I think at the time, when, you know, with the smoking and all that, I think that was a build-up of Precious, you know, because he was a person that would never do that before then.
More incidents followed. Lawrence was arrested in July for attempting to board a plane with a loaded handgun in his bag. Then, when he got into a fight with a man in a nightclub, Lawrence was put on probation.
I'm glad to say I don't smoke herb no more, but I had my time, you know, that I did do it. And it seemed like when I did it, I always got into something, you know, from charges, gun charges, possession. I just didn't make smart choices or the right choices, you know, when I was blazing.
By October, his painful life experiences had become a steady stream of negative items in the papers. His marriage had come apart, and the couple divorced.
If you look past the smoke, you got to know that there were deeper hurts inside you.
In January of 1997, his co-star on Martin, Tisha Campbell, sued, charging Lawrence with sexual harassment. His side claimed she just wanted out of her contract. For the once merry band of friends and actors, Martin had gone from heaven to hell.
There was a restraining order, and she only agreed to come back to do the last 2 episodes of the show if they were not together in the same scenes.
I had to play the position of watching it. Almost, you know, really tried to destroy 2 people that I love, and it wasn't cool. It was a horrible situation. Horrible.
The lawsuit was settled out of court. The judge clamped a gag order on both parties. The show was finished. Martin ended in 1997 after its 5th season. Martin Lawrence was only 33 years old when he almost died. After he emerged from his coma, it took months of physical therapy and hard work to get back to a normal life.
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from D.C. to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down, "What's going on with you, baby boy? What? We'd talk about comedy, whatever." And, you know, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, "Oh my God, Martin, are you okay?" And he said, "I got the best sleep I ever got in my life." That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to kill me"? Yeah. What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy.
For those of you from Armor of God, Ghosts and Monsters of Amityville, you know exactly what's going on. That's one of their major tools, is to make somebody look crazy. I've seen this in every case of gang stalking. And if not crazy, immoral.
That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
I was smoking that, ew, wait. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I should have known something was up with that shit. Because see, the dope man inside, you know, write it on the bag that this is the ew weed. Don't smoke it until after 12 and shit. But I fucked around and smoked that shit. I saw blue smoke, but I wasn't quite sure. And I went out in the street and I was walking, and something said, "Run real fast right now." Fucking running in the street. Fucking with the ooh-wee. I'm running like crazy. What kind of shit has the dope man sold me? And I'm in that motherfucker just ducking cars, fucking with the cars, jumping out the way, fucking with the cars and shit.
Yeah, and it's not quite the same Martin anymore. Like if you watch Bad Boys 2, he's kind of off a step.
I think after he had those strokes,
I think that's what happened.
I mean, because even in working with him, I worked with him for 4 years on that show, Martin Lawrence Presents for. He wasn't in my humble opinion, he wasn't the same person, Yeah. And I kind of chalked it up to, maybe it's just because he has a different business persona.
If you watch Bad Boys 2, he's just not. He's a little bit slower in terms of his delivery.
I want to build something, man, where because I'm a consumer, so I know what people like. When I was working at the gas station and buffing floors, every dollar I took out my money, I was a consumer. I was pulling money out going, wait a minute, why I got to be that? I think of the people, man. So when you pay $1, I don't want you paying $1 to see Martin because I need your money. No, I want you to say, hey, I'm paying this because it's worth it. Because I go out, my cast to tell you, I live the Martin Show, man, to give people something every week. We all do. That on television, you're limited. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch this, you got to watch that. But with what we do, we just say if we keep it real, you can never go wrong because the people will let you know.
Yeah. When you and I talked on the phone last time, we kind of got into the whole Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah.
What can we tell them of that conversation?
Oh, about Michael, it's heavy because Michael, man, I mean, who are we kidding? This is the baddest entertainer in the world. I mean, the brother walks with gold. I mean, he don't do nothing. Michael, you don't hear about Michael swinging on people and everything. But I realize he's human. You just don't. I mean, this is Michael Jackson. So now let's talk Michael Jackson. This is Michael Jackson that is in the eyes of everybody in America. Most importantly, the kids who you say we have to help are the kids. Now, when you put him on TV and accuse him before you even had a trial or anything, you know what I'm saying? Kids see that. You tearing down their hero. So now we got to go back to these young kids' head that had all that smile for Michael. We got to rebuild it, know, and explain to them. You follow me? You accuse somebody before you have a trial, brother. That's not right. That ain't America.
I am sorry, my ill-informed brother, but that is America. Emmett Till, Trayvon Martin, all the lynchings, all the murders. And guess what? They want the status quo, or it could have been ended. It's a part of white supremacy.
America is supposed to, and I mean, it ain't like, run to the defense of everyone, Martin. Go out and talk. It's just about, if you're living right, it's just about, I believe in people, man. And I don't like to see people get taken by no means. And it's just about, the powers that be in America can make this all right. You can make it all right for everybody. You talk about the homeless. You talk about, I saw Ice-T get on his knees and say, hey, help the neighborhood. I ain't really hear nobody,
He said right there.
Yeah, right here where I was, help the neighborhood. What I'm saying is the powers that be know that you can make it all right for people in America. We don't have to have all these homeless shelters. Why? Because you can stop building bombs and build apartment complexes and places for people to live, I believe me, I like the money that we get to make from entertainers, but then how can you argue about teachers not getting paid their money, man? They're teaching, my thing is teachers are the closest people to your kids, so they can teach them and educate. Kids only know what you nurture into them as a child. When you grow up and you find out and you go, damn, I'm messed up in some ways, I don't understand. You got to research and say, why am I like that? Because you only know what you grew up with, what's in you. If you had a parent and the parent was there all the time and taught you, fine. In my neighborhood, bruh, moms was there, and she was the one that said, no matter what, boy, I don't care, put a skull cap on your hat, on your head. Don't go out there in the cold. Do the right thing, do the right thing. But most importantly, keep the faith. Keep the faith.
Next thing you know, the motherfucking
police and the firemen and ambulance. Mr. Lawrence, son, what's wrong? Calm down. And I'm up there motherfucking looking at them and shit, all crazy. They looking at me, I'm looking at them. They looking at me, I'm looking at them. I start singing, how come I feel like somebody's watching me? I start singing Rockwell up in that motherfucker. I said, the dope man that sold me the ooh-wee. Oh, shit. And then I seen all of them, and I thought my audience had changed, so I started performing for them. I started dancing and shit. Man, fucking with that ooh-wee. And next thing you know, my jacket hit my arm hit my jacket, and my jacket flew open, and they gonna say that I had a gun on me. Okay, no, I didn't have a gun. Yeah, now that I remember the story, I did have that. But I ain't have it to hurt nobody, y'all. I just had it because I was out there by myself. You know, if somebody tried to jump me, you know, get up off me, you know, whatever I gotta do, you know. So when they saw that gun, man, all of them loaded up. The ambulance had guns, the damn firemen had guns, and they loaded up and they got ready to shoot. They said, no, Mr. Lawrence, no, and they got ready to shoot, and I passed out like I fainted like shit. I said, oh, shit. Oh, I can't believe this, I can't believe this. How did it come to this? I'm in the street fucking with the ooh-wee. Fainted, y'all, just because I knew the bullets was gonna hurt, so I figured I could brace the bullets, some of the pain, if I just check out like that.
Martin Lawrence never talked about black unity nor black Hollywood ever again.
More videos sent in from around the globe featuring Martin Lawrence and all new Brushes with Death. Our first video was sent to us by Mr. Luke Beatty.
Whoa, it must be 110 degrees out here.
Okay, well, we're right underneath the Hollywood sign. Mommy, what is it?
Honey, it's one of those street crazies. Get away from him.
I think it's Martin Lawrence.
Damn, Gina! As with all of Martin Lawrence's Brushes with Death, drugs were not involved. Our next Brush with Death was sent to us by Jennifer Dog and her husband Steve.
Oh no! You under red. You got the rate from me, Sally. She's self, but she's so bang. Ooh, I'm a cop. Ow! What? Damn, Gina!
Our last Martin Lawrence Brush with Death was sent to us by Mary Hart of Van Nuys, California.
I'm Mary Hart, and I'm here with Tisha Campbell, formerly the star of the sitcom Martin. So, Tisha, will you be appearing in the new Martin reunion special?
No. See, that show wasn't a good experience for me, and I've moved on.
Damn, Gina!
That's all the time we have for tonight. Please join us next month for an all-new, drug-free Martin Lawrence's Brushes with Death 5 Rehab Misadventures.
Look at them, they're everywhere!
I don't know. Maybe they can see Alley 5th and Spring.
Now, hold on. You ain't the first son of a bitch to wake up out of their dream.
What's that?